Hello and welcome to the Bite Size Manga Podcast. This week I'm joined here by Hot the Slumper.
Could have called me that Kotsky or whatever.
Ah, fuck you. Ryu the Librarian.
I don't read shit.
He can read, guys. It's true. And I'm your host as always, Ben. And let's get into Dragon Ball chapters 91 to 100.
The
We
big
reached the
100.
That what he
The
said.
big 100.
Big hundo.
The big hundo.
All right. So who wants to start it off for us?
Sure, I'll start. We started out with the fight with Tao Bye. Of course, we still.
Oh, bye bye. Because he's
Actually,
dead.
he's fucking
He's
dead.
gone.
Goku killed him. Goku killed his ass. Like, there's no way. Like, Goku increased massively. Like,
Yeah, I was
strength-wise.
gonna like pose the question: does this count towards Goku murder? Because like technically, he
Yes.
just he threw Top Pi threw the grenade himself.
Listen,
I mean,
if it was like
suicide assisted.
Assisted suicide.
Yeah.
actually you make a good
I
point.
mean,
I mean, like the thing is, I feel like it still counts towards his body count because he did see where he did kick it towards him. Like he knew where Top Pi was. He kicked it towards him. I'd
Mhm.
argue it is on.
Also, that was
okay, I'm gonna
pretty-
argue against it
that was-
just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
He kicked the grenade away from Upa for safety, so it was defense. Actually,
Okay, in courts, you can still be found guilty of this because
Yes.
because he would know, like he knew where Tao Pai was, decided
He could've
to
kicked it a different way.
do it anyway.
To be fair,
you kicked it also.
he
different way,
had to
Tim.
like think quick, right? So and it
At
was gonna-
best, it's manslaughter.
yeah, but like it was
Yeah.
quick thinking, right? And he had to like get it somewhere. So it was like, okay, up in the air, and right, so he kicked it up in the air.
Yeah, but
because
he
if-
did kick it kind of towards Tapapai
I guess.
instead of like away from the whole scene.
It's like, okay, look, I want you guys to realize that this does not work. That this is not only two dimensions. It's not Goku, Upa, and then Tao Pai, and this is the only axis that they have
You can
access
go
to.
like
Like there's
other
over
fucking
here,
way.
over there. There
It
is
could-
that
yeah,
way
exactly.
as well. Even in
Actually-
2 dimensions, he could have kicked it that way.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
he could have started a
exactly.
forest fire or something.
Okay, that's still not murder.
Yeah, but like the sacred land of Corrin and stuff.
Sacred lap my booty cheeks. Then fucking don't kill a man.
Yeah, fair. And to be fair, I agree that it counts as a Goku kill. and,
It
like,
counts as a kill. Yeah.
yeah, and like
Okay.
Tao deserved it anyways.
Also, this week I've been keeping track of kills, so I have a total.
First, get the kill charges.
Yeah, I got the kill field pulled up. pulled up. Like I
Do you
also
know-
counted the previous kills, so like we got.
All right, do you
Wait,
know
how many
do
is he
we
on
count-
at this point? Then?
So if it looks like someone is unconscious, do we take him as dead or
No,
unconscious?
no, like where we're just like, okay, they're dead. Like
Okay,
so
that's
the
straight
no
up
explosion.
a
way they
kill.
survived,
All right,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Like Top Pi died in an explosion. Fucking like there's some helicopter dudes explosion. They're dead. They're bozos.
Mhm. But
Yep.
but like we do agree that Tao Pai did deserve that, right? Like
Oh yeah,
he had it coming, right?
I mean,
he's
he's a
a
hard
bitch, but like, I mean, I don't know. Like, morality doesn't weigh much in this universe.
No,
It's
but
very.
he's a mercenary, so like it's part of the job.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
can
but
manage to live
like,
this long
if
is-
like killing people makes you worthy of being killed, then Goku should be killed.
Yeah.
well, he's not killed yet, so
No, but the thing is that he deliberately kills people, right? And like Tao deliberately kills people, right? But and
Yeah.
and Goku like gives them a chance, like, okay, we can go now, and but if they try to kill him, self-defense and all that.
to be fair, Goku did
doesn't-
say, "For a guy as bad as you are, I won't be able to calm down unless I beat you up with my own fists."
Yeah, so that's one thing that I wanted to talk about as well, because like it's an interesting thought that Goku wants to beat bad guys with his bare hands, because like the way he phrases it does make it seem like it isn't about like a contest of skill or anything, but it's more about like putting bad guys into their place. And like the way the fight
AKA
ends
hell.
does not make it seem like this is true though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Which
don't
makes me
know.
wonder like what that bit of dialogue was insinuating, because like the dialogue insinuates
doesn't wanna kill.
I am angry that like you're bad, you're evil or something, and I won't be able to rest until you are punished. You know, like really like into that like like a hero of justice or whatever, like a Superman
Yeah, I
type
won't kill, but I will
thing.
hurt you badly, like the
Yeah,
Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the fact that like he like again like he made the choice.
yeah, but I don't think Goku's a hero, and I don't really think Goku even considers himself a hero. So,
I don't
like,
know. Like again, the dialogue it
I
does
mean,
make it seem like he might.
no, I more think of it as
I
like
think
he,
like I feel like you could definitely argue Goku as a hero because like the way that like he like what bit of like amorality has he shown? Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Like
I
I
think he
think
sees himself as a good guy, not as a hero per se, but
I
as a
don't think he
person who
sees himself
helps
as a
the.
hero, but the story is portraying him as
Yeah, exactly.
because
Like
like
he's
what is
helping the like
something that Goku has done wrong that hasn't been played for a joke?
not much. I can't recall
I don't
anything.
think anything. I think the
no,
story has
No.
literally never shown Goku in a negative light. Except for when he was literally a monster beyond his control. When he transformed into the monkey.
Yeah,
yeah,
which is again not
That's
his
not
control,
like
which is
something
not
that we
him.
like and also he doesn't know about it. So that like
he
there's
still,
no
wow, yeah, he still doesn't know he can.
that's also like a big thing. Like there's no moral implications on Goku because all of the moral like anything morally complex is removed from him.
Mhm.
Like the like him being like like the monkey and like terrifying people and like doing all this damage, that's something that could like be like more morally complex. He doesn't deal with that. People just from him. Like anything he does wrong, like besides that, played as a joke, like at the start with Bulma and stuff. So like
Exactly.
you really just get the idea that like the way the story portrays it is that Goku can do no wrong, at least not as
Because
much as we've seen.
he can't do
So
no wrong because he's pure of heart. Like
The
he
only
has
thing,
like
yeah,
yeah,
he
we
still could
literally
have had the
have
Nimbus.
the Nimbus, yeah. So
Mm.
like even then, like we have even more. We have a magical confirmation in story that he is pure of heart. Now that depending on like the context doesn't necessarily mean that he's a good person. Like pure of heart
You
can
can be
be in
pure
other
evil.
ways as well. Yeah, precisely. But that's not the way the story like shows it at all. Like that's not the way it is framed at all. So I think the story is showing Goku as a hero, and in that sense, like again, like the like we're very much glossing over what are the moral implications of what is going on here, and you know the more you think about it, the more like it seems like very hypocritical almost that there are moral implications to everything that the bad guys do, but there are no moral implications to what Goku does. Because Goku,
yeah.
we can get into this a little bit later, maybe, but he assaults an entire like army base, kills kills several people.
Yeah, well, 100. Almost 100 people, I think. Like
He
that was
well
like
like the confirmed kills like in explosions they only like blew up two like planes, but that's still two people killed, and like he didn't need to do that. Because like
I mean,
it was very well shown that nothing they were doing was really affecting him.
and like those two guys that just got crushed by the table between the wall.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
don't
count
think
them
they
as dead,
died.
but
I
Yeah,
don't
like
think they died, but they got gravely injured though. Like most of them, like at least concussions.
yeah, and like we're like glossing over this, but like he went through like they say at some point, oh, about half of the soldiers have been like taken out, and like we see the size of this facility. There must have been hundreds,
Hundreds.
if
Yeah.
not
they are
thousands.
also like the biggest army in the world and like the most dangerous.
Yeah,
So
The most
they
dangerous
so
and
like
the
the
funniest.
definitely.
size is probably even like bigger up there. And this is their main HQ. Like
Ooh,
Bro wrecked through it
I
in like
just remembered something
not even
that's
like in maybe
gonna be a
hours.
big point later. Ooh, probably know what I
Well,
mean.
yeah,
but like the like he went through it in like one not even like a midday like a few hours like it wasn't even
yeah.
that long of time. He ran through the base like it wasn't like a planned operation. He didn't have weapons. He just
He's a
ran
force
through
of
it.
nature. Like he's literally just like,
He's
oh fuck
jumped
it.
literally a one-man army. Like,
Bro literally
Yeah,
broke through a ceiling which is probably like thick concrete for reinforced rebar and whatnot because
yeah.
it's a thick army base just because he didn't understand that there were no stairs.
But
Bro
there
just
was an
like
elevator.
was an elevator, but he didn't know that. So like he's just like, I
Mhm.
guess I'll just jump up. Like
Yeah, we're real like Dragon Ball's morality seems to subscribe to the notion that if you're labeled as bad, then
you
anything
can die.
done against you is okay. And boy, if that ain't fucked up.
Yep.
Like that's also why like when we a little bit earlier I forget which one I think Cut said it like Top Papa deserved to die. I think that is a great example of like the framing of morality that Dragon Ball does
Yeah.
in the story. Um, and I don't agree with it.
There are
I don't
obviously
like it.
moral. There are obviously like a lot of ways to look at it morally. Like it's another human life. It has
Yeah,
value,
like
right?
there's more ways to look at it. Definitely, I'm not saying that like there's one ultimately correct way to do it. I'm just
Hmm.
saying that the way in which Dragon Ball is currently handling it is not something that I think is I don't think this is like an interesting way to handle this because morality is something that is super interesting as a story device. Like to reframe your heroes as potential bad guys is one of the most interesting standpoints because it shakes the foundation on which the story is built. Because protagonists, by nature of us seeing them in the like and being with them, the audience gets attached to them, and that means that we're gonna root for them or and like gonna want them when we're gonna see them as good guys. And so to flip that on us and be like, no, what if you like what you've been doing? It like there's consequences to it, and they're negative consequences. Don't give a shit or anything or something
But
along those
just
lines.
even looking at Luffy, right, from like One Piece, he's a pirate. He is seen as the bad guy in the story.
Yeah,
Yes, we view him as the good guy because what he does is more good, and
yeah, but
it's
like to the regular
whatever.
like layman in One Piece, he's a fucking terrifying presence. He's an emperor.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
he
he literally
assaulted the
blew up
world
like
government.
5 pirate ships with like one giant punch, right? Like, shit is wild.
Like from the world or like the normal people's point of view, he
He
Terrible.
is one of the
broke
worst.
in and out of a heavy facilitated government prison.
Led the charge on like breaking out multiple like terrible criminals.
Came to save the king of the pirates' son. It was a huge crime, right?
Don't forget
He,
he assaulted the world government's like private facility of
yeah,
courts,
He,
laws,
he
I
whatever.
punched
was
one
gonna
of the
bring that up.
royals.
He literally screwed up a like a like a pillar of the world government, like that represents like peace and justice. He destroyed that, right?
Yeah.
What else? He
I mean, he did plenty of stuff. But, like, I think this is enough to illustrate the point.
yeah.
Like, he
Keep
did
going.
all this stuff, and he did this within like 3 months.
Oh my god.
The
Yeah.
timeline in One Piece is wild,
It's
but
crazy, yeah, but we're getting off
different.
topic now. Like,
We're off topic, yeah.
it shows, and like this is not like this is something that we are like reminded of in One Piece several times, like throughout the story in like different instances, and
Mhm.
that makes complete sense. Like it like we, the story reminds us that we can't be too caught up in what Luffy's doing because implications of what he is doing to other parts of the world and like how other people think of it and how normal people think of him, though those are really different than to how we see him. And that is something that I feel like there is definitely something you can do here in Dragon Ball. I think the opportunity is definitely there. I just think that right now we're looking at things super
Mhm.
morally like just blacks, very black and
Yeah.
white. And that's something that I'm hoping to see change over.
It's like a children's story. Like bad guy be bad, go die. Good
Yeah,
guy
and
go
like
kill bad
it's
guy.
like one of those like if I don't know if you guys like ever watched like cartoon like video essays about cartoons because like sometimes they'll like reframe like it because it's something you watch when you were growing up and it's like oh yes
Mhm.
go good guys and then like they just talk about like the larger context of like okay but what if we weren't just purely looking at it from the protagonist's POV and then like they list stuff like okay so for regular people this is what they just did and it's like holy
Oh
shit
yeah,
that's so
yeah, yeah.
fucking
I've
Yep.
seen
It
those.
really reminds me. It reminds you of that. Um. Okay, give me a second.
because like what ends up happening is like there, like for example, like what we see is there is a institution that we do not agree with, and that is like doing all these things that are bad for our protagonists. But
Mhm.
what regular people who are involved with that institution see is like, okay, so these are people who just broke in, like did a bunch of damage, essentially did acts of terrorism, um, because we like most of the time like the plot is like, oh, we put one of their people in jail or something, and it's like, okay, you are a terrorist.
Yeah, exactly. Like even if you look at like a lot of things you can look at, like why did they just do like even like I'm grabbing Power Ranger because it's like one of the things that remind me of.
Mhm.
Like they have a giant mech. It's destroying the fucking city. Yes, they beat the giant bad guy, but they also destroyed half the city while doing so.
Yeah. And it's not
Like
like
they
if you start thinking about it more logistically, it becomes like like exponentially more of a nightmare because
yeah.
you think that there's no governing entity, at least that like obeys any like law that is in place that governs these guys, and they're vigilantes, and like I feel like if you're into superheroes, you've heard this before because this
The
is
Marvel universe
essentially
has a
this
plot about
is
this.
I was just gonna say J. Jonah Jameson. This is what he yells about constantly in all the comics, in every iteration of the Spider-Man movies. J. Jonah Jameson is like, he's a menace, he's a vigilante, he needs to be stopped. If you've watched the Christopher
I
Nolan
mean,
Batman
even the
movies, it's the same
Avengers,
thing. Yeah,
even the
because
Avengers
like
have a lot of it. Because like I think it was like
in Civil
Endgame or
War,
like Infinity
in
War,
Civil
Civil
War,
War.
they
Yeah,
have the
even
Sokovia Accords because of the like collateral damage that is done when
yeah,
they are
exactly.
fighting, and as Tony puts it, kicking ass sarcastically. Um, and yet, like that is reframing this, and it puts it in a really like interesting point, and that is something that I definitely do think we can see and we can like get to in Dragon Ball. I
Yeah,
think I think there's definitely the opportunity for it. I would love to see it, and I think that would like improve the story by leaps and bounds.
I think it would go great if you combine that with the whole yeah, the like later Goku's, like the more serious fighting, and this looks later the more serious
I like you
I
saying later
situations.
Goku's like
Like I know what the fuck it
there's
is. Anyway,
several of them running
Several different
around, like
Gokus.
yeah, you got it ever,
like
and
Super
you
Robot
got
Monkey Team, Hyperforce God is just different colored versions of them. I don't know what that's the cartoon why I went with,
green,
but
blue.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Oh yeah. Also, we've seen like, okay, I'll bring this up later. But the cart back to the cartoon example, right? A classic cartoon or like portrayed as good guys, Powerpuff Girls, right? They're portrayed as good people, right?
yeah,
But I remember this one episode where Mojo Jojo, one of the main bad guys, was in prison, right?
okay.
The Powerpuff Girls suspected Mojo Jojo of have done, right? Mojo Jojo was just chilling in the prison. So what the Powerpuff Girls did was break into prison, beat the shit out of Mojo Jojo. Like, and he has like a brain capsule, and they hit it, and
Yeah.
like the brain was falling out. Um,
that's crazy.
and they just left him there like crippled, and
In
then
this
left.
episode, the Powerpuff Girls commit police violence.
It was crazy. They just suspected him of something, and they just
Don't worry,
like
Warden, we got
crippled
this.
him.
Police brutality time.
Exactly, bro. Mojo Jojo is black. I'm just saying.
Doesn't
Oh
help that he has the
no!
like shape of a monkey, like he's a monkey. Doesn't help. Doesn't help.
No! Oh shit! They racist bitches. Oh
Very,
Yeah,
no.
very God. But
Anyway.
yeah, we've seen
that's crazy.
we've seen Dragon Ball changing, right? Like from
Yeah,
now.
like it's been a slow change. Like that's why I don't want to say like I'm disappointed that they didn't do this. I mean, I am, but I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
it. I'll just say like I want them like this to be something that changes about.
yeah. I think it's gonna
Yeah,
change because like Dragon Ball has been changing for the better, and
Mm.
we're not like halfway yet, even 1/5 of the way there.
Yeah,
exactly.
So Dragon Ball still has plenty of time to keep changing, right? So I
we're
still have hope.
20% in.
Yeah, so
Not about.
I still have hope that we're gonna it's gonna get
Yeah.
better.
Also, like to like expand on the point that I said earlier, like I don't think the like bad guys going, well, you're just as bad is the only way to handle the morality. I think it's just what I would like to see is the main character somewhat grappling with anything he's doing.
I also want to like see a bad guy who isn't just like after it for his own gain. Like Red, Commander Red died in this part. We didn't even get
Some
that. But
words about Commander
anyway,
Red, bro.
yeah. So like he wanted to like the only reason he wanted the Dragon Ball is to grow taller, and then go after the world. Commander Black was like, "Fuck that!" Shot him right then and there, and was like, "I'm
Fair.
gonna dominate the world,"
He
which is very
kinda-
fair. Like he didn't even know about the whole like I want to be tall thing.
It was
No,
like,
and-
fuck you! That's not what we sacrificed all
you!
these people for.
Yeah,
Fucking die, perish.
we suffered. We did all your bidding. We're gonna
All
take
your
over the
men
world.
died.
Yeah, but no, you just want to grow taller. Like,
Yeah,
it's not,
no, it's
that was
crazy.
not
Like so.
optimal.
Like yeah, I want some like a villain who isn't just doing it for his own personal gain. I want a villain who like does it for in some way like better like
has some
his own
ideals.
who has some like idea like I want to grow this civilization. I want to help my people like grow stronger. I want to like get my my people my country to like rule the world or something like some still evil but in a better way as in like
Because like
they have
if they're
some
all
moral morals
after
behind it.
like super personal ends, then like you're essentially just palette swapping your villains.
Exactly,
If
get it,
all of
which is
them are just
boring.
like, hey, I want money, I want to be taller, I want the. If it's all just like super one-dimensional things like that, you're just palette swapping.
I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
We need evil Nam.
Yes, yes, yes.
It could work, you know. Nam wants to bring water to his village. Let's say what Roshi gave or just told him was
Mhm.
not enough. He's like, okay, I'm gonna take over the world for the better of my village. Easy.
But nobody would have to.
I'm gonna
endure
beat the
that.
fuck out of
Like,
Goku
okay,
and get his water.
I also just realized the reason why this is something that like we probably want is because that's like conflict on like it's a different type of conflict. There's more
yeah,
like instead of
behind
just
it.
only like physical conflict because again like Tao Pai Pai, he just wanted money essentially, and like he didn't need Goku to be hit like the entire like his like the person he was going up against. He was just doing that anyway. And
Definitely.
like so like it's not we don't have personal villains essentially.
Maybe.
Like the
Yeah.
villain is not like tailored to Goku or like our protagonist in any way. It's just like they're just there because they kind of have to be.
Yeah, just exist.
And they also have, like no backstory, so we don't feel any remorse for when they get taken out.
Are you saying this because you just started reading Black Clover?
And I know about like I've read Fairy Tail, like I did like this shit, like
Yes, that
there's like a
backstory
lot
is
of
a staple.
yeah, exactly. Like I love the characters that just have like a reason to like do what they're doing. Like this is what I'm really missing.
Yeah.
I noticed like I just realized this now. Like I put the things together in my brain. But like what I'm really missing is like some actual like character instead of just a slate of a man who is just bad. Like I want a character to like fixate, like have a story of his own, have personality, and be a
Yeah.
real
Like if you're
quote-unquote
gonna do
bad
this, like I'm just bad because I want to be bad. Go all the fucking way with it. Let this man like revel in every bit of suffering he
guy.
inflicts.
Hate
That like
hate the whole world.
yeah,
burn it.
that's interesting because they're just like, yeah, fuck you, bro. Like, god damn it, get out of here.
And that is just like a good bad guy, but like he still
Yeah.
probably has some backstory or some reason as to why he hates every single.
To be
thing.
honest, if like if a character's just hateful for the spite of being hateful and goes all the way with it, you don't need a backstory.
You don't
Just
need a
be
backstory.
a dickhead.
But
Just
still
fucking
probably
go
indicates
for
he
it,
has
bro.
something.
I just want to see your face get fucking caved in.
like the finger, like the print of
Yeah.
the knuckles.
I think like Dragon Ball is like very like it's very middle of the road with its villains right now. It go either
Yeah.
extreme and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot can happen.
I
You
do
know,
have to say
can go
what I
better.
found was like so like on a more minor note, like essentially what we're talking about where like, you know, these villains like they're in personal conflict with Goku and like, you know, the different types of conflict. That's something that like it's so ironic because this like Commander Red, Commander Black thing is so close to doing it right.
It's so I literally love that moment. I'm like,
So close.
yo, like I literally got surprised like reading it. I was like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, this is shit I want to see because like it shows that like that there's more. Like Black was like, wait, we didn't sacrifice anything for like world domination. It was just for
Yeah.
your fucking tallness.
Height, your
Just
ego.
it was just for your personal fucking gain. Like I don't give a shit. Die. Like that's like yeah. And then he was like, "I'm gonna dominate the world. Goku, join me." Like he tried to like pull Goku, which I kind of liked. I liked it.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
so what I wanted to talk about was that it's like what's really cool actually about this confrontation is that if the two of them like Red and Black like worked together, they could have probably like they wouldn't have had to fight Goku because like Red wanted a very like benign wish, which is something that Goku would have
definitely.
100% just like been like, I okay if that's all you want, I don't care, like that's fine.
I don't think
No,
Goku
because
because he's still doing it by like the bad means. I
No,
think.
no, no.
Oh,
That's what I'm
no.
saying. Like like the wish itself is fine,
Yeah.
but Commander Red never tried to reason or do anything with that. He just went, "I'm gonna do this by force." Whereas Commander Black tried to reason with Goku and tried to get him on his side, like offer him things that he might want. Stuff
Like
like that.
even
If
the
those
like
two
revival.
were like put together from the get go, they would have just like they weren't bargained with Goku. Goku would have been like, "Oh, you just want to be taller? Fuck it, yeah, sure." They would have swindled his ass, gotten the Dragon Balls,
I don't think
done, and
they would
like
have
it would have
gone.
been fine. I feel like it would have been fine.
I don't think they would have gone the Dragon Ball skill though, because Goku was pretty set on reviving Upa's dad.
Yeah, but
That's
like
why.
if you,
That's
no, what I'm
Commander
saying is like
Black played
if
into
they
that.
did it from the beginning,
Hmm.
they would have never had to kill Upa's dad. They would have been working with Goku.
Oh, from the beginning.
Yeah,
exactly.
because like if Red didn't have such a fucking ginormous ego, he would have worked together with Black, and they would have, and like Black would have been like, okay, we should just reason with this motherfucker because
Mhm.
that's what he tries to do in the end anyway.
Yeah, he was
I mean,
like,
like
okay, you.
even like Black realized like, oh, you're trying to like actually revive someone. You go do your thing, and then you come back
And
to
then
me,
you come work for me.
and then you come work for we got we don't live for him. We work together. We're gonna dominate the world. You
Yeah.
and me both, buddy. Like he went into like a honestly like a good like salesman. He did his
Yeah,
job.
he
like
did. Like I respect Black. I respect
Honestly,
him.
yeah,
Black
genuinely.
should have just been the
Said he
leader
got
from the
fucking
start.
exploded.
Bro, Black should
The
have been the
nuclear
leader
mech
from the
suit.
start. He could have been like, okay, do this, do that. Okay, hey, you want to come to here?
I mean, yeah, I don't know how much more that would have like helped because like the Red Ribbon Army as a whole is pretty incompetent.
Yeah.
So like I think it works to have an incompetent leader and like a competent second in command who then just goes, "Man, you suck."
Yeah,
You
At some
suck.
point, I think this
I
works
love it.
better. But like that's the thing that I respect because one of the one of the like writing tropes, I guess, if you want to call it this, that I really love is it what like that like the point of contention, like the point of conflict where you're at, wouldn't have happened if any of the characters were even slightly different.
oh, like
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Like the characters brought you to this point, and like if they were even the littlest of bits of different, then you wouldn't be here right now in the story. And like again, like Dragon Ball's kind of close to doing that here because yeah, it's like Red's kind of incompetent leadership style, his ego that brings us here, and then Black's like anger
Yeah.
at that and like goals that like make him kill Red, and then like they go into conflict with Goku. Like we're like it's not quite there. Like there's still like enough small things that like I don't think were like thought out or anything like that beforehand. So like it's not quite at that level yet, but like there's seeds of like this could have been that. And
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that we get there later with Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely do hope we get like something way more interesting than this is already interesting enough. But like another
It's more
level of
interesting
like
than what we got before, but
exactly. Like I think we need another level on top of it. Though.
yeah, I
Another
think what we're seeing
layer.
here is a transitional period in hopefully transitional period in terms of character writing because
Exactly.
we're like the villains are not as much of blank slates, but they're still very much blank.
yeah.
But like we're on the sliding scale. We're going a bit more to the other side, but like we're definitely not on a different color yet.
No. I want to continue the
I like.
conversation through the rest of the chapters because we're only like halfway through the chapters, and I think we should continue with a lot of other
I like.
subjects.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say something
No,
about
no,
it,
yeah, no, no. I was just gonna say, I I think it's kind of nice to see like the series. Like a nice.
Just like a child growing up over time, and you're just looking
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like it's like kind of ropes, get better and things just changing. So I like it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so after Goku beats the entire army, right? Like he sees the gang, and the gang is like they were like, "Oh, hey, Goku, you beat them all." You're like, "Yep." Like that man is insane. I love that Roshi is like, he's stronger than me. He's got to be at this point.
Yeah.
And he also drank the water like 3 days, which Roshi's like, "Fuck no, it took me 3 years."
Fuck you. Yeah. He was. He was balding a little bit. He was like, man,
He was
this
like,
fucking
"Fuck,
kid."
how?" But the other side, he was like, "Bro has so much potential."
Yeah, he
Still.
was
He's still a
like
child.
that's how you know. That's actually a great character moment for Roshi Loki
Yeah,
because it
exactly.
shows that like he's not as concerned with his own like strength or like prestige or anything like that. He's like this is how you know that this motherfucker just loves martial arts.
He
Like
wants to see
he
the
sees
future of
somebody
arts
who has
continue.
like so much potential to become like so much better and stronger than he ever was, and it excites him.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it. Also, can we just talk about like when the flight to like Goku made like Yamcha and the others acknowledged Krillin is strong, and I think that
Yeah.
That
That's
was
nice.
nice. I have some criticism about that later.
oh
Later parts coming up now. We get to the what's her name? The fortune teller, the
the
Baba.
fortune teller Baba.
Baba, which is just grandma, I think, right? In Japanese,
Old hag or grandma or
old
something.
hag or grandma, something along those lines.
Hey,
Um,
Baba, the store owner.
Oh.
I can see it. I can still see it.
I can see it.
anyway, so now we have the 5 champions that she has. Like we're in a battle currently. Like that's where we ended off. I mean, we already had 2 fighters. Two fighters. The Invisible Man and the Vampire. Because the Vampire they beat, I'd say by cheating, but that's
No, they
not.
allowed it, right? So I think they
He allowed
bent,
himself the Vampire, but like
they bent the rules a
sticking
little.
garlic and like
Okay,
the cross position was wild though.
so
Like lost timing.
I
Yeah,
have
bad.
They like the
thoughts
rules.
about this.
Yeah,
I have thoughts. Mostly that I like this is essentially a gag fight.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm not a fan of gag fights if it means that like Krillin loses. Just so we can do that. Because like we get the gag fight with Koopa and Poir against them. But we only get that because Krillin just fucking loses. And like it just feels like we're devaluing Krillin. Like we pumped him up even the slightest bit in the like preceding arc. And then it's
Yeah.
like, alright, now it's time for you to get beaten by a bat.
They're using
Like,
him to like show that the bad guy is strong and like can't be beat by normal means, and then they have to like get tactical with it, which kind of works. But I think they do it in a bad way. They could have
I
done it like
yeah,
bad.
I'm just
Like,
worried because like they did that in the Tenkaichi Budokai to
Yeah.
show how strong Jackie Chun was as well. And yeah, there's different context, but like it's the same thing happening twice, and we went from it happening with Master fucking Roshi to random
Random
bat dude.
vampire. Yeah.
So
They
like,
could've- if they did it with Yamcha, it would have been better because Yamcha didn't have that moment, and Yamcha acknowledged that Krillin was strong. So in a
yeah,
way,
but like also like we haven't seen Yamcha in a while, so like it's
he could be like a lot stronger by now. We don't know, right?
yeah.
But
So
like
like
still,
I feel like it would have been better if like Yamcha fought Vampire Man, struggled, but like we saw Vampire Man do insane shit. Yamcha beat
True.
him, or like
Had to
maybe
tap
like
out.
swap a different like fighter in for like Vampire Man, and then like Vampire Man is the next round, and then like he beats Yamcha like that, and then we can do the whatever gag fight.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
just like I feel like it's just not handled well. It's just not.
I agreed. That was kind of
Yeah, I was like Krillin. What the fuck's this, man? Like just get your entire head like eaten off and
Yeah, and like the thing
sure
is,
fuck.
like they do the same thing for like as with Goku, like oh I'm hungry so I lost. And Krillin's like, you were yelling the entire time, so I'm lost. I'm like, okay, look, I don't like it when Goku gets this shit. I'm not gonna give it to Krillin either.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Stop with the excuses. It's a
And then the
fucking
Invisible
fight.
Guy.
You get packed up, you get packed up.
Yep.
True, and the Invisible Guy, I think they did do better because like they used outside sources, which
Yeah, like that's some like we did get to see Krillin shine a little bit there, which like it doesn't make up for the previous fight in any way. Like it's just like we get to see a different aspect of what like makes Krillin valuable, so that's something.
I mean,
It's
the trying to show
something
like
positive
Krillin
for
isn't
Krillin.
just fighting. He like Goku. Goku is just fighting, right? And then Krillin is also
Yeah.
some smarts. I think they're trying to like show that, but they're doing it a dumb way. But I think
Yeah,
it
they're doing it in a
does
bad
show.
way. I get what they're trying to do. That's why I wanted to like address it, but it does not. It's not done enough.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Also, I didn't like the way in which they made made the invisible guy visible. I was like I wrote it down. I feel like he could have just asked Goku to get some ink or something from the town they were at before. Same effect,
Throw
same
mud.
idea.
They're in a
Does the
swamp.
same thing for Krillin's character. Didn't need to do that.
I
Yo,
guess
Goku, go to the
now
nearby
both
town,
of-
get a few bucks of paint. Like
Yeah.
it should have been that easy.
Paint, ink, anything, bro. Glue,
Genuinely,
glue would have been
dirt.
amazing.
Dirt, feathers.
Yeah,
I don't know,
that
honey,
that was very
anything.
dumb. But at least
I
we
was
have,
also like, how the fuck they getting away with this shit? Like that's in a kids manga. The 80s were wild.
they get
Crazy.
yeah, they're able to show Goku's
I mean, yeah, that's that goes into like a bit more like of a bigger conversation as well. Because like back in like the 80s and stuff, like there was just like women topless in movies, and that was like a lot less big of a deal than it is now.
Yeah.
We got a little bit more prudish.
Wasn't it like the 90s, early 2000s that we got like the PETA, the PG ratings with the thing,
PG?
the rating for like PG ratings for like games as well? Because of Mortal Kombat,
No.
right?
Oh,
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat is what really.
Yeah,
What
I
they did.
remember. Yeah, in the 90s that was a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. So like this is probably still before then.
definitely
like-
before then, because this was
Exactly.
Like
So like
I mean, like
there was no
before then, we're looking
competition.
at arcades mostly.
Yeah, and kids couldn't get in there anyway, so they didn't like usually, so it didn't matter.
What do you think arcades target audience was?
Yeah, I mean, kids, but like teenagers, like not like 8-year-olds or like 6-year-olds. That's why I think
No,
they're
I'm
nice.
pretty sure they were still like around in arcades, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I that no
also,
bueno.
I'm just gonna say the only saving grace for what Krillin did was like at least we have Bulma and Roshi as spectators now,
Yeah, like
which might be nice.
I'm not with it.
Yeah.
I'm not with it.
Yeah,
Until
they're
until
probably
they
gonna
do
use them.
something, I'm gonna say this didn't need to happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
they'll do something later.
Yeah, there's like a million different ways to do this. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anything else to sort of
Yeah.
talk about.
That's what we read, and that's what it is. Yeah, that's all.
All right, I guess we have a little bit of a
Just gonna-
shorter episode this week, unless we have something else that we want to talk about desperately.
I was just gonna say that my favorite original Dragon Ball arc is coming soon.
All
So
right,
that'll be nice.
I'm trying to remember like anything, and like I remember exactly one more thing from the entirety of like Dragon Ball upcoming. So
Honestly, there are two arcs that could both be my favorite Shinoji Dragon Ball, but they're like
why do I feel like they're slightly similar?
no. Well,
Okay,
kinda.
Perhaps the tournament
No.
arc is in there.
Maybe, perhaps.
what? That's crazy.
Crazy.
Okay, wait. I have remember. Well, I've remembered two things actually from the future. So maybe it's that one.
Maybe.
Benny can time travel.
But yeah,
Crazy.
I can't wait. Can't wait till mine comes. You know, and see your thoughts.
All right, so that's gonna be interesting. So now that we're in the hundreds, we're not gonna ramp up at all. It's still 10 chapters.
Yep.
So don't expect us to go through this any quicker. Same pace.
Still gonna be a year.
We gotta do what we gotta do. You know, like a turtle.
Yep.
Like a turtle.
Like,
Turtle style.
Condescending.
Turtle style, baby. And with that, we say goodbye to Ryu.
Laters.
Too hot.
Peace.
I don't know where we're at in the overlay. I might have just been pointing to nothing. And I've been your host, man. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.